Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmaduel.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Well, today's the day. It finally happened. We finally got the legendary duelist we've all been waiting for, Yami Marik, and it's go time now. So what we want to do is just take a look at this event, see what's going on right now, and it's a really cool, I love the logo, I love the whole concept of it. It's called Attack of the Rare Hunters. Yami Marik returns, and this thing is just really, really cool, just how it's all set up. You know, it's like your typical legendary duelist at the gate. You're still collecting everything. But yeah, I'll just kind of go through this informational, this just little informational message that they sent out. It says, to all duelists, the event Attack of Rare Hunters Yami Marik Returns has begun. What you gotta do is collect map fragments by defeating duelists in Duel World and challenge against Yami Marik. Duel Yami Marik to obtain exclusive cards. Duel against Yami Marik to earn event points and unlock them. You could also earn EX Jewels from event missions. EX Jewels can be exchanged at the card trader for exclusive cards. Now, please note that EX Jewels disappear when they can no longer be used at the card trader. EX Jewels will no longer be usable after August 8th at 1 a.m. So cards purchasable with EX Jewels can only be purchased once per event. You must be at stage 4 or higher to participate in the event. And well, let's just get into a little bit more of the details. You already know how to play it. You go around dueling your regular standard duelists throughout Duel World, and you're collecting map fragments. So based off of if you win against those standard duelists, or I guess other legendary duelists, whoever appears in Duel World, as long as you defeat them, even the Vagabond, if you defeat them, you get more map pieces versus if you lose. So that makes sense. So when you obtain map fragments, you will receive an additional map fragments up to twice a day. So they do the additional bonus thing. I've noticed that the clock resets about, I think, somewhere around 2 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll see that around that point you'll be able to get some more bonus map pieces. But anyway, yeah, there's just a lot of really good cards involved. Of course, at 150,000 event points, you will be able to unlock Yami Marik, and he learns skills such as Shadow Game, which deals damage to both players according to the number of cards in their graveyard, and right back at you, which allows you to strengthen your monster after taking battle damage. So the one card that you're going to get after you unlock Yami Marik is the sought-after Lava Golem. Now, this card is awesome. It's a level 8 Fiend, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. It cannot be normal summoned or set. It must first be special summoned from your hand to your opponent's side of the field by attributing 2 monsters they control. You cannot normal summon or set the turn you special summon this card. During each of your standby phases, take 1,000 damage. So basically what this card does is you end up basically attributing 2 of your opponent's monsters, ones that maybe you don't necessarily want them to have on the field, and you put this monster on their side of the field. Yeah, it's got a really high attack, but what this does is it sets you up for a combo play where you're able to put this Lava Golem on their side of the field and then use a card like Mask of Restrict or Mask of Restraint, whatever that card was, the spell card that keeps the monster from attacking while taking 500 life points of damage every standby phase. So you're comboing it out as a 1,500 point life point drain, and in the speed duel type of format where you only have 4,000 life points to start with, that's a really effective way to drain life points rather quickly. Some of the other cards that you're able to get, and this is through either drops or through leveling up and getting more event points. You're able to unlock Masked Beast Desgardius. It is a level 8. It is a level 8 Fiend, 3,300 attack, 2,500 defense, and it cannot be normal summoned or set. It must first be special summoned from your hand by attributing 2 monsters, including at least 1 Grand Tiki Elder or Melchid the Four-Faced Beast. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, equip the Mask of Remnants from your deck to it. So, yeah, this is just another really, really good, another good Fiend-related card that ends up snatching your opponent's monster after it gets destroyed. So, kind of the same way that Dark Necrofear is. So, I could imagine that a Dark Necrofear / Masked Beast Desgardius deck is on its way just because of the inherent similarities between those cards, and just I think you're going to have some kind of synergy with the strategy. I don't know exactly what the ratios are going to be in the deck to build it properly, but I can see that happening. The other super red you can get is Gilgarth. It is a level 4 fiend, 1800 attack, 1200 defense. It's just a really good 1800 attack beater. I mean, this thing is just a pretty solid overall super rare. And you can unlock that one by leveling up with the event points. And it's also something that you can unlock as you level up Yami Marik once you unlock the character. So just so you know, that's another option. Also, too, is Malchid, the Four-Faced Beast, level 4 fiend, 1500 attack, 1200 defense. You're going to need that for your Masked Beast. And then same thing here is Grand Tiki Elder, level 4 fiend, 1500 attack, 800 defense as well. And those are both normals, so you're able to get those pretty easily. Hopefully you get 3 of each throughout the course of the event and go from there. So other obtainable cards, some of these I've received so far just from day one. Revival Jam was one of them, level 4 Aqua, 1500 attack, 500 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1000 life points and special summon it in face-up defense position during your next turn's standby phase. So this could actually set you up for some pretty good plays, just to kind of keep monsters on your field for potential tribute plays, and just overall, you know, sometimes it may be a pretty small price to pay, is just paying that 1000 life points to make that happen. Then next you have Bizar Shock. It's a level 5 fiend. When this card is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned, return all set cards on the field to their owner's respective hands. Now this is only an 800 attack, 600 defense card, but it's pretty powerful in the sense that you're able to, you know, you're especially given some of the setups now that players use, especially those trap-heavy decks where they're setting 3 cards at a time, you're able to send all those back to your opponent's hand, and whatever you have on the field back to your hand. But, I mean, it just depends on your style of play, but if you're like me, you don't end up setting way too many cards, so this isn't really going to impact you as much as it could possibly impact your opponent. So Bizar Shock is a very good card in certain situations. Then you have Dark Geroid. It is a level 4 fiend, 1200 attack, 1500 defense. When this card is summoned, you target one face-up monster on the field and it loses 800 attack. Now this is a permanent effect to that opposing monster. So I've seen this used against me quite a few times with Yami Marik, ending up summoning this card, targeting one of my stronger monsters, and boom, it's got 800 less attack and is not as formidable as it once was. So it's just a really, really good setup card. Do I see this being run in Fiend decks? Absolutely. Maybe not to the extent where you want to run 3 copies, but it seems to be a piece that can fit in different Fiend type decks, because you want to see some Fiends in your graveyard anyway. You know this won't last on the field too long with a 1200 attack. It's not a very strong monster, but I could see some play potential with it. So that's another good super rare. Definitely worth trying to get if you're able to. Also, too, there's going to be the, of course, I mentioned the EX Jewels. There are some familiar faces. You got Big Shield Gardna is back again, the level 4 warrior, 2600 defense, 100 attack. During either player's turn, when this face-down card is targeted by a spell, change this card to face-up defense position, and if you do, negate the spell card's activation. If this card is attacked, change it to face-up attack position at the end of the damage step. So, for those of you who weren't able to get it at the last event because you were short a few EX jewels like I was, you got another opportunity, so have at it. Then you got Flamvel Grunica, the level 4 dragon, 1700 attack, 200 defense. This goes well in a lot of dragon decks. It's good to see this card back, at least being able to be purchased again. This is one that I've got my eye on for one of my dragon decks that I run. Still a pretty good card. Fire. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the level of the destroyed monster times 200. So if you run over a level 3 monster, you're automatically inflicting 600 life points of damage, even if it was in defense position. So yeah, this card's really, really good. Then you could also get Sword of Dark Rites. It's an equipped spell card where you equip only to a dark monster. It gains 400 attack. When the equipped monster is tributed and this card is sent to the graveyard, return this card to your hand. So that's just another really good super rare. That also costs 100 EX jewels, same as Flamvel Grunica. It's another 100 EX jewels. Big Shield Gardna, 300 EX jewels. So that's the big one. But then also the last one here that I see is Meiku, Master of Barriers. the level 4 spellcaster, 1700 attack, 600 defense. You contribute this card, then target one face-up continuous spell or continuous trap card on the field and destroy that target. That's also for 100 EX jewels. So, yeah, there's just a ton of options, and feel free to start saving up. But remember, you have to spend those EX jewels by August 8th at 1 a.m. So, don't lose any EX jewels that you don't want to. I feel like you want to try and maximize whatever jewels you get from the event, and just kind of take advantage of just reaping the rewards from the card traders. So definitely have at it. That's just another little addition to this whole event that I find is just awesome. So anyway, that's kind of it in a nutshell as far as what's going on with the event. There are some farming methods out there for Yami Marik. I suggest you go on YouTube and look up a few of those depending on what cards you do or don't have. So that's worth checking out. If you have any good or bad experiences so far with the event, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk, and I'd love to bring this topic up again in a future podcast if possible. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.